Now, you're asking about degradation of the cathosan inside the cell. So, so far, I mean, cathosan has been known is biodegradable. It's compatible. It's been checked that it's compatible. It's shown you toxicity just now. It's actually non-toxic so far, even after we modify. So, cathosan is known to be biocompatible and biodegradable. That's known. What we worried was after we modify. So you see, the longer the polymer, any polymer is very long, it's difficult because the property itself, it actually more dense, right? If you make it shorter, it open up, it swell, right? It swell. So shorter one, longer one is very difficult to degrade. Shorter one even easier to degrade. And we know cathosan is degradable, right? So we only worried about after we modify, you put acylated cathosan, acyl in the amino or hydroxyl, right? Whether it degrades or not. So by looking at, it does not actually kill the cell, right? It is biocompatible. When we talk about degradation, we have not done the actual degradation on the modified cathosan. We have not done that. But we know so far, up to now, that cathosan is biodegradable and biocompatible. Right? How being mechanism? I'm sorry, I cannot answer that. I don't know how it actually being degraded inside our body. And maybe someone else have to look into it.
How cancer drug?
Cancer drug?
Cancer drug.
Yeah, it's carry the drugs. So remember, we can put antibody, right? Okay, we can put antibody because let's take example breast cancer cell. So you have overexpression of HER2, which is like antigen. So this liposome can actually present in the body up to 15 days in the circulation. Right? It's not easily actually destroyed because it's been stabilized. After 15 days, I mean, study have shown that after 15 days it can actually stay in the body. Now, since the liposome carry antibody, right? Remember, any drug that we take, let's say we take this Panadol, it's very famous now everywhere, you got Panadol. One Panadol doesn't mean that the drug paracetamol goes to the problem area that you are suffering, right? Maybe a small fraction that reach, but the rest go everywhere. But when you load, you have a carrier that can travel across your body, just like any other nutrients. Okay, it stops where you have overexpression of particular cancer cell. So it stops where it is. So you have overexpression or like it's blocked over there. So when it stays there, it slowly releases. So I think I have some data showing the slow release mechanism. So we fit into Iguchi and different model to actually see how the way being released. Because this one actually, remember, it's not just simple lipid layer. It has coat around it with cathosan that besides give protection, stealth property that evade detection by the white blood cell, it also actually provides slow release mechanism. So one is actually locked into these overexpressions of maybe take a breast cancer HER2, right? It will release in that area over time. Okay, so this mechanism actually eliminate toxicity. Just like us, if you eat too much, what happens? You just go lie down. I'm dying. If you eat too much. But if you have slow release, anything slow, even poison, very minute, but not the growth and protein. Even poison, very small amount, doesn't kill you at the time. But if you take a certain amount, of course there's a toxicity, LD50. Certain over toxicity, you die. So most drugs, they are very toxic. They are very good cancer drugs, not being used because they have to be used carefully due to toxicity. Right? If we have this technology, you can actually minimize or reduce or eliminate the toxicity of the drug itself because you have slow release mechanism. few one or two molecules at a time. At the same time, so it doesn't actually give a side effect. Hopefully, that's why in state in Europe they use this doxil. More expensive because they can afford to buy. It doesn't give side effect to the patient. They prefer the doxil, right? Because it doesn't give a side effect. Else, you have hair falling, vomiting, nausea, and other side effects. And if you are lucky, you survive. If you are not, you actually die because of the toxicity of the drug. Yeah.
Any other questions?
You can talk to me later. Yeah.
I have just one innocent